Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today, as we said, we'll be discussing about the description of spotting. First of all, moving on to the slides of microscope which are observed under the microscope. Under that, first of all, we will move to the transverse section of mammalian ovary. In these, first of all, the identification is required, in which we have to state first point, that is, this slide represents the transverse section of mammalian ovary. Then second point, the ovary is covered by a germinal epithelium which is composed of cubicle cells. These can be categorized into 2 points. Now following to the third point, the cortex of the ovary consists of a number of ovarian follicles and a connective tissue called as stroma. 4 points, 3 to 4 points are more than enough. Now moving on to another spot, that is the transverse section of mammalian testis. First point, this slide represents the transverse section of mammalian testis. Then the testis is covered by a white fibrous connective layer that is called as tunica albuginea. Internally, the testis is divided nearly into 250 compartments which are known as testicular lobes. Each testicular lobe consists of a number of seminiferous tubules. These numbers are not certain but can be written up to 3 to 4. These were 3 to 4 points about mammalian testis. Now moving forward to the transverse section of blastula or blastocyst of a mammal. First of all, again, first point, that this slide represents the transverse section of blastocyst or blastula of a mammal. This diagram represents the embryonic ball. The embryonic ball consisting of two layers of embryonic cells. Another point, the blastula is composed of two layers, the external layer and the internal cellular mass. Next point, the external layer elongates to form the trophoblast and the internal cell mass elongates to form the embryonic proper. The inner filled cavity is also known as blastocele. These were near about 4 to 5 points about blastula. Now moving on to the trophozoid stage of Entamoeba histolytica. First, this diagram represents, or this slide represents, the trophozoid stage of Entamoeba histolytica. Then the trophozoid stage is the most feedful, the most feeding, active, motile stage, in which, and this is also an example of the disease which is caused in humans, that is popularly known as amoebiasis. This point can be categorized into 2 to 3 points further. Now moving to another one, that is this diagram or this slide represents the plasmodium sporozoite. Now first, this point was the first point, that this diagram or slide represents the plasmodium sporozoite. Now the entire body is covered by a pellicle. Next, the body consists of a definite nucleus and certain microtubules. Next, some cellular organelles such as mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum are present in the plasmodium sporozoite. These were certain points about this. Now we move to xerophytic plants, under which first of all we have the opuntia plant or the cactus plant. First we have to write that this model or this chart represents the opuntia plant or cactus plant, which is a xerophytic plant. Next point, The stem is fleshy and thick, which is green in color. Now, next point. The leaves are modified into spines in order to check transpiration or in order to minimize the rate of transpiration, as these plants are present in desert areas. Now, moving to another point, moving to the xerocoles now. Now, about the xerocoles, the animals which lives in the desert region. That is, first of all, we will be discussing about the kangaroo rat. This chart represents the kangaroo rat. Next, the kangaroo rat is a xerocole rodent, and this is a nocturnal organism. Nocturnal organism means the organism which is more active at night in comparison to in the morning. Another point, that the kangaroo rat does not need to have water for a lot number of days as we have in case of camel. Now another spot. This diagram or this chart represents the camel. Camel does not require to drink water for a quite few days because it stores water in its stomach. Next point, its urine is concentrated. And another point, the hump of the camel consists of fat, which does not allows the outward heat to flow inside the camel's body. This was a major point which was to be written. Now moving on to hydrophytes, hydrophytic plants. Under hydrophytic plants, first of all we have hydrilla. Hydrilla, it is this diagram or this chart represents the hydrilla, which is a hydrophytic plant. Its roots remains submerged in the water. That is why it is known as a submerged plant. Its root is devoid of root cap and root hair. This was the major point to be written. Now moving forward to Eichhornia. Eichhornia is basically, first of all, this diagram represents the Eichhornia, which is a hydrophytic plant. Eichhornia is a free floating hydrophyte. Next point, the roots of Eichhornia are short and they are poorly developed. Another point, its stem is highly delicate and flexible and is modified into an offset. This was an important point. Now moving to another point, moving to another diagram. This diagram or this chart represents Nilambo, that is also known as water lily. The roots remains in the soil. First point. Next, the air spaces are found in the rhizome, petiole and pedicel. These were the points which were to be written in case of Nilambo. Now moving to Vallisneria. This diagram or this chart represents Vallisneria plant, which is a hydrophytic plant. The plant remains submerged in water. First point. The stem is highly reduced. Now moving to another diagram. This diagram represents the utricularia, that is also known as bladderwort. Under this, the trap door allows minute flies to pass in, but they cannot come out. And its stem is soft and spongy. Now moving on to the animals, the aquatic animals basically, under which we can first of all have our rohu fish, that is the Labiorohita. It is a bony fish. First of all, we have to write that this model or this diagram represents the rohu fish or Labiorohita, which is a bony fish. Its body is divided into head, trunk and tail. These were the three regions. The skin of rohu fish does not contain or are devoid of sebaceous glands and oil glands. Now moving to another aquatic animal, that is the frog. Its botanical name is Rana tigrina, which is the most common found species which is found in India. Now, about the description of frog, that the head is dorsoventral and triangular in shape, and it helps the animal in reducing the resistance to water currents which are present when they are living inside the water. In this video, till here only. Thank you.